Hi guys, it's your Island Girl, and I'm back with another reaction video for you today. And today I'm heading to Germany. Come on in, right back with a smile on your face and enjoy. To all my regular schmegglers, day one, sweetie pies, sweetie poos, come on in, right back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. Guys, I'll be uploading videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If anything changes, I'll let you know. But those are the days that I will be uploading videos on Germany. If there's anything about Germany that you'd like me to check out, go in the comment section and let me know. Your girl got you. So today I am looking at foods to eat in Germany. So they said the best German food, what to eat in Germany. I'm getting this one from WoltersWorld. So come on in. The link for this will be in the description below if you want to watch it on this term. So without further ado, my mouth is already watering and I haven't seen anything yet. Let's get into this video. Here we go, right about now.
Hey there, fellow hungry travelers. Mark here with WoltersWorld, and today we're going to talk about the eats of Germany, or like the most German things that you should have when you're here. And you know
Okay.
what? We've got to start off with probably the most German of the Germaniness, the sausages, the Wurst. Yes, there are lots and lots of bratwurst when you're here. There's lots and lots of sausage you can have when you're here, and you're going to have a lot, and you well should. Whether you're me, or you're my mom, or my kids, sausages reign when you're here. And probably the most important one to have is the Thüringer Bratwurst. So the Thüringer Bratwurst is just a type of bratwurst that you'll see on the street. People will be selling it in little stands, or you might see a person like carrying it like in a backpack and they're cooking it in front of them. But that is the definition of a perfect bratwurst. Now,
Okay.
what's cool is sometimes you can get it at a half-meter size, okay? So that can be a bit crazy. But Thüringer Bratwurst, that is your traditional bratwurst that you're used to and you know and that you're going to love with some Zen, some mustard on top. Now, there are a lot of other wurst, a lot of other sausages when you're here. If you're down in Bavaria in the south, there's Weisswurst or white sausage, which is really, really good. And they serve that with a sweet mustard and a pretzel, which is very nice. Now, if you're down in Nuremberg, Nuremberg's famous for their Nuremberger sausages or the Nuremberger Wurst. And the thing is you might recognize a Nuremberger sausage when you see it because it looks like a breakfast link sausage, okay? And the
Okay.
thing is they're small and they're tiny. And if you go to Nuremberg, you get a plate and they'll actually give you like a plate of 30 of them. But if you're walking around and have it, they'll give you a little roll with 3 or 4 inside with some mustard. That's a great way to go, especially in Nuremberg. That is a must when you're there. And if you're in Berlin, you probably have the most popular one that's become like a super trend snack in Germany and other places around the world. You have Currywurst, which is curry sausage. Now, you may think, oh, it's a curry bratwurst. I'm like, no, it's a normal bratwurst. But what they do is they put curry spices into ketchup and make it a curry ketchup. And what they do is they chop it up and then they drown it in the curry ketchup and with some fries. It's fantastic. And honestly, if you're looking for some food thing to take back home from Germany, get some curry ketchup and take it home with you because that stuff is the bomb. And sometimes you can actually find the good stuff at Aldi back in the US. So there is that for you. Now, if you're looking for more of your traditional like hot dog kind of sausage, though, there's a lot of different names, a lot of different things that kind of go on there. But the closest one you're going to find is either a Frankfurter or a Bockwurst. Okay, those are two ones that are I feel resemble the closest to a hot dog, or a Wiener Wurst or a Viennese sausage. You'll see those as well, but basically on the street, your sausage choice is going to be that Thüringer Bratwurst. That's going to be your go-to walk-around snack kind of thing. Great street food here in Germany. Okay.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie, you guys are all about your sausages. I see so many sausages, my mouth is watering. But the broth words, he said, the curry one looks, the sound of it is interesting because I've never had a curry sausage or broth word or whatever you call it in curry sauce. That to me is very interesting. And it looks good too. I ain't gonna lie. And then he said spicy. Ooh, I'm all for that spice, baby. Let's continue.
Now, moving away from our sausages, because
Okay.
Germans eat more than sausage, I think. Yes, they do. They eat a lot of pork as well, and you will
Oh,
see pork, and more pork when you're here. You can get a pork steak, Schweinsteak. That's a popular cut of meat. But one that you'll see probably the most is actually schnitzel. And I know when you have schnitzel, traditionally schnitzel is made out of veal. But here in Germany, veal is more expensive, and so you have a lot of places that give you pork schnitzel. Well, sometimes you see chicken schnitzel, but it'll be a pork schnitzel, which is pork just beaten to a flattened thing. They bread it and fry it, It is super good. And there's a lot of different
Oh,
schnitzels you can have. My personal favorite is Jäger Schnitzel, which has mushrooms and cream sauce on top. Oh, so good. So good. Can't go wrong with that. Other pork things you might want to have when you're here. When you go around, you might see a thing called frikadelle, which is basically, I would call it a meatball sandwich that you'll see the same place that sell you like the currywurst, the bratwurst, they'll have those there. But the most important pork product here in Germany for me is Schweinhaxe, or basically you're calling it like pork shoulder or pork knuckle. You'll see that on there. And if you ever played a
oh,
video game and they gave you like the ham hock kind of thing where it's the
yeah.
bone and the meat on it and it gives you all your energy back, that's what it is. And when you have one, you understand. And there's different ways you can have it. If you're in Berlin, they'll call it Eisbein, and it's like boiled, okay? But if you're in other parts, they put it on a grill and roast it around, and the fat and the skin and the outside gets all
Baby,
crispy and so
that
good.
looks
Oh,
good.
you have to have it. Like that is my
Yeah.
go-to, okay? And in certain places, you can get Schäufle, which is kind of a similar cut as well. You'll see that we've had that a lot in Bamberg, but you don't see it all over the place. So Schweinhaxe, Haxe, go for it. Now, other meat dishes you might see, there is beef is here as well. You can get sauerbraten.
So I don't eat pork, but I gotta be honest with you guys. That looks amazing. That pork shoulder cut, when they grill it, it looks amazing. I ain't going lie. That and then the little like meatball sandwich, it looks good as well. I ain't gonna lie. And that one that he said that has where you beat it and then you put the cream and mushrooms over. Not going to lie, it looks good. I am not going to try to slaughter the name, so let me. I will just keep the names in my head to myself because I don't want you guys to come for me on that. Let's continue. Beef in the beef area.
Which basically says sour roasting. But basically, it's a long cooked piece of meat, which is nice. Also, you can get a rolled up beef, Rindrouladen, which is basically beef rolled up with some stuff. That's actually a nice thing to have. I see that a lot on some like lunch menus. It's very popular around the country. But there's plenty of meats. There's also plenty of fish you can have when you're here as well. But I think one of the other things that's important when you're here is the bread. Okay, and yes, you can have a pretzel, and of course you want to dip this in mustard. By the way, when you're here, it's so good. And if you're having a big old beer,
Ooh.
goes together perfectly. So you have that. But you'll notice around Germany, there's tons and tons of bakeries because they make fantastic breads. And mornings, breakfasts for you when you're here, you're going to have these little rolls. Okay, they're called Brotchen, which is little bread, or Semmel, depending where you are and what kind of German they speak. And you'll have different kinds, like plain white bread versions. So you have multi-grain versions. My mom's favorite is this one that has pumpkin seeds on the top of it. Like we search it out when we come to Germany, don't we, Mom? Like to find it because it's so good. But you'll have that. And I got to warn you, when you have breakfast in Germany, it is going to be the rolls, and then you're going to have cold cuts like ham, cheese, salami, and slices of cheese, and probably hard-boiled or soft-boiled eggs. Like that's traditional German breakfast. Like that's what you're going to have. And it's funny because when Germans travel to the U.S., a lot of times they'll complain to the hoteliers, we don't want pancakes and eggs and bacon. We want our Scheibe. We want our ham and cheese cuts with our bread. So just be aware of that when you're here at restaurants and you're staying at hotels. And if you want to try something for breakfast, a little more cereal based, go for the muesli. It's that mix of, like you look at it and you're like, I'm going to be regular today after I eat this. Okay, so you have that. Yogurt's also very popular to have at breakfast time, so you do have that. But going back to the bread stuff, also if you go to the bakeries, you'll see they'll have all these pre-cut pieces of cake of all different kinds, okay? And I know we're here in the Freiburg, which is in the Black Forest. You might think, oh, Black Forest cake. I'm like, yes, there is that. But for me, if you can get any kind of fruit cakes, not like fruit cake like you get at Christmas, but it's a cake that has a fruit topping on it, that's always wonderful. Germany is also great with Pfannkuchen, which are basically different kinds of fried dough with powdered sugar on it. And whatever size and form you can get it because they're amazing. And you have that. And the thing is, the bakeries are all over the country. You can grab stuff all during the day, have it for a snack. If you've got your kids, I recommend if you're pushing around in a stroller, go get them a Brotchen, get them a roll. They'll gnaw on that for a couple hours while you go see the sights. So that's really nice, okay? And honestly, you can never go wrong with a good apple strudel, right? So you.
Oh my word. Them cake looks so good. I'm like num 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 all day, every day. I'm not gonna lie. Guys, I'm a bread fanatic. I'm a bread fanatic. But being here in the US, I don't love bread like I used to when I was in Jamaica. It's not the same for me. So, but bread, oh jeez, when he saw all those different kind of bread and pretzel, I'm like, whip, baby, take me up. Nom 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 nom. I wonder how many different kind of bread do you guys have? But based on how I see it, that looks like a lot. No, sir. Listen, now when he said the cake with the fruits on top, I'm like, take me away. Take me away. I love um black cake or red velvet or that kind of cake as well. Not fruit cake like the ones that we have there, Christmas cake. I don't it's too heavy. I don't really like that kind of cake, but yeah, yum.
Into the side dishes, which I think are very important because for me, the side dishes here in Germany
Oh, that
are some
looks
of the best things you
good.
have because you have, traditional Kartoffelsalat, potato salad, and the very different versions they have it here. Sometimes
Oh,
you'll have it warm, sometimes you'll have it cold, sometimes you just want it all. You have that. You might have all these different versions of potatoes on the side. There's ones called Bauernkartoffeln, which is like farmers' potatoes, which basically they're kind of sliced up and then kind of not they're fried, not like French fries, but they're like fried up in a pan, which is really good. A little speck, a little bacon in there. That's
woo.
wonderful. Also, you can look in for the noodles. Spätzle. Spätzle is a special kind of German noodle you'll have, and you can have it plain, or you can have Käsespätzle, which is cheese spätzle. Oh, that is a great side dish. I know some people enjoy the Knödel, which are dumplings. And the thing is, you can have potato dumplings, you can have bread dumplings, you can actually have liver dumpling. Like liver dumpling soup is actually really good for a starter. You can do
Yeah.
that. And in Germany and as well is when it's different seasons, different like veggies are in season, you can get so much. Like when strawberry seasons and there's a great things there. Or we're here now during Spargel season, asparagus season, white asparagus. Oh my gosh! If you're here and they have asparagus, eat it. The Germans love it, and they'll be mad if you don't have some. So definitely check that out when you're
White
here. But let's be
asparagus.
honest. What's the side dish we all know about from Germany? Sauerkraut. Yes, you can get sauerkraut when you're here. And if you're not a big sauerkraut fan, my mom and I, we're not the biggest sauerkraut fans. We're actually big on rotkohl, which is that purple cabbage, that sweet purple cabbage with some apples in it. Oh, so good and so regular making, if you catch my drift. And then we have our drink.
Hold on. He said purple cabbage that is sweet with apples in it. And then he said, with the dumplings, he said potato dumplings. He said all different, even liver dumpling. And I'm like, huh? And it's like, yeah, we have there's all kind of dumplings. But that purple cabbage, it looks good. And he says it's sweet. Hmm.
Drinks here in Germany. And obviously, the beer is a big thing here. But you have to realize there's lots of different kinds of beer. This is a Weizen beer or a wheat beer I have. You can get Pilsner beers, which are more like the beers you have in the U.S., like a Budweiser kind of like clear beer. Then you have Schwarzbier, black beer, which is a little bit sweet, like in the Guinness family. It's fantastic. Köstritzer is a fantastic beer to have. You can have, well, actually, what I should tell you is don't buy any beer specifically from Germany. When you're traveling around Germany, buy the local beer. So if you're in Berlin, you have
Oh,
Berliner Kindle. If you're here in Freiburg, you have Ganta. If you're in Bremen, you'll have Beck's. I'm like, people are very much regional beer drinkers here, and you'll notice the difference. That's why when people ask, what's the national beer of Germany? Yeah, they're not, I mean, Warsteiner maybe, or Beck's. That's one that's all over the place. But people really have their local beer when you're here. So do that and have that, because if you get the local Altbier, like in Dusseldorf, it's going to be very different. That's what people like to drink there, versus if you're up in Flensburg and having Flensburger Pils in the north of Germany, okay? So something to be aware of. But what you need to realize for alcohol, beer is not the only alcohol in Germany. There's actually a lot of great wine when you're here. If you go to
oh,
the Mosel or the Rhine valleys, you can do wine tours there and go. I mean, it's so much fun. You get to learn about the wine, have the food to go along with it. It's a fantastic experience. I've taken students there. I've done by myself there. I've done with my parents there, my kids there. But the wine, it's white wine is the best here. Riesling, it can be sweet or dry. There's a lot of different versions of it, but that's the wine you want to have when you're here. Also, you can have what's called Apfelschorle. And this is a non-alcoholic drink. Yes, there are
oh.
non-alcoholic drinks here in Germany, okay? Apfelschorle is basically take really good apple juice and put bubble water with it. That's what you have. This is, if you're hot in the summer, this is the refreshing thing that changes the day. So you want to have that. Also,
Okay, let's go to the beer. And I love how he put it. Said, listen, make sure you get beer from whatever local region you're in, get their beer because it's gonna taste different from the beer in the next area, in the next local area. So I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. Sounds so good. Because a lot of people tend to say, okay, Guinness. I love Guinness, but I'm like, oh, when he said wine, I'm a sweet wine, not a dry wine. So I'm for it. White wine, red wine, once it's sweet, that's on me. I'm just getting into wines, guys. So bear with me. But then he said there's a non-alcoholic one, so my kids can also have something to drink. So I'm eager, excited to try everything that I've seen so far, except for the pork. Like I said, I don't eat pork. But this looks interesting and my mouth is just watering.
so you may wonder, Mark, can we drink the water in Germany? Yes, you can drink the water in Germany. How do you
Okay.
think they make such good beer? Duh. And one thing is, you can drink the tap water just fine. The locals, though, they like to have Wasser mit Gas, water with gas. So they like their bubble
Huh?
water when they're here. So be prepared for that. If you just order water, they probably might bring you just bubble water. So you might want to ask for, Wasser ohne Gas, water without gas, or stilles Wasser, still water, and that'll help you out there. And with all this heavy
Okay.
food, you might wonder, Mark, how am I going to be able to sleep at night? How am I going to digest? What's great is there's two great, well, there's actually more, but there's two popular digestives here in Germany that, unfortunately, in the U.S., one of them has become more of a college drunk shot, but Jägermeister and Unterberger. Those are two shots that, honestly, if you have one of those heavy fat meals and you're like, oh, I feel horrible, have a shot of Jägermeister or have the little bottle of Unterberger, and it really does help your stomach digest, and you'll feel better
Oh,
really
wow.
quickly. I didn't believe it, but I've had enough experience now that I totally do believe it because I had some bad experience with Jägermeister back in college. So I tried to avoid it, but I was so full one day. My buddy gave me a shot, and I'm like, after 5 minutes, I'm like, hey, I feel good again. So I hope this helps you know some of the things you can eat when you're here in Germany. If you're
Oh,
looking for some
Lord, that
more
look good.
international fare or non things people don't think that's typical German, there's so much international food here in Germany. You can eat great Spanish food, great Italian food, because Germans
Oh,
really love food from all around the world. Great Indian food,
okay.
obviously, great Turkish food when you're here. You have a lot of Turkish immigration here. Probably the one thing you'll see the most that people have are doner kebabs. That's like my go-to snack when I'm out. If I want to have something on the go, it's the bread in there with the sliced up meat and the veggies and the sauce. Oh, of course, it's also
Ooh, yeah.
so good. That's well, if you had a few drinks, it's a good thing to finish off your night, sober you up, and help you sleep and have wonderful dreams of Germany. So I hope this helps you know some of the things you can eat and enjoy when you're here in Germany. Obviously, there are so many more fantastic foods and snacks here in Germany. Please put in the comment section below so we can have more fun foods to talk about. And
Okay, okay. I see you. I see you, Walter. I see you. This looks interesting. Like I said, I can't wait to visit and try your food, your beers, your wine, your cakes, your beef. Oh, let's leave the pork alone. I'll be coming though. I'll be coming. I have to visit these places, man. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to start traveling. But this is your island girl, and I did enjoy this video. I alcohol is on my number one list. Have to try their beers, man. From whatever it is, whatever corner of Germany, yeah, I'm here for it. Like, and he said something of black beer, and I'm like, black beer. I'm like, okay. So let me know in the comment section what you think. Did a good job of explaining the food that you guys have there and the best food to eat? Let me know. Come on in, wrap back, put a smile on your face and enjoy. Be good, be kind, be safe, love each other, and hit the thumbs up on this one. And I'll catch you guys in another video. Love you guys. Bye.